Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I know, kind of, I'm not sure that's really such a thing. But anyway, welcome to today's Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream. We're going to be departing from Jask in Iran and heading to Gwadar in Pakistan. We're basically going to stay along the coast for the entire flight. The multiplayer is on, so if anybody wants to join in, this is our departure airport. Make sure I got that right. Yep. And we're going to be departing runway 24. And we're heading to six. Oh, 06, not 2606. Good morning, Jody. And once we depart our runway here, so there we go. There's all that. I might have to put all that in again because I just realized that if you pop in after the fact, you're not going to see the whole chat. I'm fine, Jody. Thank you. Yeah, it's been raining. We had a bit of a storm last night or yesterday evening, and then overnight. So it's kind of like hot and humid here, but it's fine. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to put that in again. But yeah, basically this is our departure runway. So I'm just waiting. I know Mick says he'll be here, so I'm waiting for him. So I've got planes started up, taxied over here. So we are just waiting for our other guests to arrive. And then we will be on our way. Keep drinking my water so I stay hydrated for the flight. Mick said he'll be here, so waiting for him to pop in. I know I'm showing online. I made sure to do that. And I even restarted my Xbox to make sure. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and double check, but I'm positive it's showing me online. Yep. All right. So that shouldn't be an issue. We're just waiting on Mick. I don't know if anybody else is going to join. So a couple things that are going to be changing here soon, since we're going to be doing these multiplayer flights. The intent will be, without within reason, of course, that we will try to fly similar aircraft. Now, of course, I can't expect Mick to get the Junkers 52 Probably because it's just not his, something he might be interested in purchasing for his own hangar. But what we'll try to do throughout the week, and we're going to change some things up here. So on Fridays, for instance, we're going to have general aviation stuff. It won't be vintage flying anymore. It'll be just general aviation. We'll do stuff in the Cessna 172, the King Air 350i, whatever general aviation stuff that we have that is similar or whatever. That's what we're going to fly. It's just about having fun flying and just learning and getting better at it. So that way you're not just stuck on one particular plane. Same thing with Jetliner Tuesdays. We'll try to fly similar things. Hello, Mick. I am here at... Oh, hold on. That's our departure airport and runway. So I'm sitting right here waiting on you. And that's our arrival airport. So if you want to put your flight plan in when you're ready. There's Mick, I believe. Mick, did you just pop in? I don't see a nameplate. Well, it should be set automatically for nameplates. Is that you, Mick? Okay. All right. So we'll wait a few more minutes, see if anybody else wants to join. And we'll get ready to go. Yeah, because I don't see your name. That's interesting. I don't think I changed anything else. Let me just double check to make sure I didn't turn anything else off. So traffic nameplates on. Nope. Nope. All right. Well, as long as you're here. So yeah, we'll get going here in a moment. I'll get a minute or two, and then we'll. Oh, maybe so. Hold on a second. Maybe that's why. I mean, it's showing, but I'll invite you. That's interesting that it would do that. Because we're on the same location, so I don't know. It's one of those goofy things. So invite sent. Oh, see, now you disappeared. That's interesting. You just like... Oh, now you're back. Okay, well, that's fine. I just might be too close to get the nameplate to show up or something. Oh, there we go. It says you joined the group. All right. All right. I'm going to taxi out here. Let's go ahead and get going. So, Mick, hold on a second before I forget here. So once we take off, we're going to go for a heading of 093 degrees for 248 nautical miles. So once we're going to head out, and we're going to climb out a little bit, then we're going to hang a left and go for 093, and we're just going to make our way there. Okay? So figure I'll let you know about that ahead of time, so that when we're on our way, you know which way we're going. All right, let's skedaddle, because we got a bit of flying ahead of us. It's saying it's going to take 4 hours, but I don't think it will. But we're going to try to squeeze every bit of speed out of this thing like we did the other day. And hopefully we will make it there expeditiously and forthwith. All right, there we go. There's that. All right, so we're all set. Let's go. I go right through Mick's plane. The plane should basically kind of take off on its own. Oop, it's trying. There we go. You know what? I totally forgot yesterday to get the picture. We will get this one here. Ooh, that's kind of a neat one. I like that. Yeah, I totally forgot to get the picture around Hong Kong. I was too busy goofing around, I guess. After I signed off, logged off, I was like, oh, I can get a picture. Oops. All right, we are on our way away from Jask. Little trusty salute. Hosting us. All right, there's Mick's name. We see him now. And I'm at almost 500 feet. All right, perfect. And I'm going to set my heading bug to 093. You got it. Make sure Mick is in the air. Here he is. All right. Now we just gotta turn until we get on 093. We'll be on our way. Pakistan. So we're just basically going to cruise down the coast here, or to the east, not down, but across the coast, I guess. That'd be the more appropriate way to say it. Alright, there's the coastline. It's still climbing out. What we're going to do is we're going to go a little bit more inland, and then we're going to head a little bit more towards the coast. Because the line is there in front of us to the left, so we're going to try to intercept that heading line. Turn back to the right and check on Mick here. There he is. Back our heading. Sorry about that. Somebody started their car up. I've got the sliding door open a little bit, so they started up their car right outside my apartment there. So tomorrow we'll be in the A320. We'll be departing from Heathrow. We're going to Hamburg. I thought we were going to Hanover. We're going to Hamburg, Germany. Alright, I think I can put my flaps up now. We've done well on our climb out. Gained some good altitude. I think I'm leaving Mick behind though. Right. Well, we are on our way to Pakistan. Don't be shy in the chat. Say hello. So good. No, Jody's here. I'm guessing. Let's see who else might be here. Pulse might be here. Bex might be here. Joseph might be. No, Joe's on the trains. Well, I. Nick. No, that's right. Hello. My wheels are down. I cannot put them up. Yes, my window is open. But the wheels do not retract. Unfortunately. They are stuck in the down position. I don't know what year retractable landing gear first. I'm indeed here. Oh. Rafting away on Euro truck, nice. I don't know what year, the first year of retractable landing gear. It's got to be the 1930s, I think. But I'm sure it was a very look, no hands. Yeah. Well, I'm basically flying no hands. I'm just, keeping the plane on track here as best as I can. Yeah, I don't know what year. I'm almost certain it was like the 1930s. If you get a chance, I wouldn't wholeheartedly suggest you do either a departure or arrival at LIEO at Sunset Gorges. Okay, hold on, let me write that down. We will have to look into that. I'm guessing that's like right on the coast or something. I'm guessing what that's oops. That's the oh, yeah, I can imagine. That's one of the things in the sim that I think that they do get very well is when either sunrise or sunset, the colors are amazing. Oh, nice. I'll have to check that airport out. I feel like I've been there when we were just kind of going around, just flying to different places around the world. But I'll have to check that out. Now, is that an add-on or like I mean, did you buy like an updated airport for it, or is it just the standard stuff that was updated from the last world update? Okay. I really wish this thing had. I think this thing would be even faster if the landing gear retracted. That does add some drag to it, but I think they tried to minimize the drag by the way that they designed the struts to be aerodynamic, I think. Oops. there has been quite a few, airports that even came out, I think, after the world updates have been, you released. So, but yeah, I'll have to look into that. That might be an interesting area to. Maybe look at for a general aviation flight. Oops, oh, I am turning way too much here. Well, oops, daisy. Yeah, we might squeeze that in on a general aviation flight. So a quick reminder, no flight this coming Monday, a week from today. I will not be flying. I will not be online. I'm taking a break from the internet and everything else, so please be aware of that. Enjoying my Independence Day, so I'm going to be independent of the internet. There's my Independence Day. I will be independent from the internet. Oh, thank you, Humbucker. Yeah, we will be, the multiplayer is open, so if anybody wants to join, we are on the West Europe server. We will be flying on the multiplayer 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. Sunday I do scenic flights and will not have the multiplayer open so that I can enjoy the flying and kind of talk about it. So this coming Sunday we will be in the San Francisco Bay Area. We're going to depart out of Hayward. We're going to go up over Oakland, up to Berkeley, across, down over San Francisco, Alcatraz, the whole 9 yards. Go around there for a little bit. Then we're going to go down the coast, Santa Cruz, cruise around Santa Cruz, go back up over into San Jose, and we're going to go up on the East Bay and fly around there for a little while longer, and then we'll land back again in Hayward. So it's going to be a fun flight. Nothing, we're just going to take our time. I will try to post anything that I talk about. If I can find a link or anything, I'll post that in the chat. So if you want to read about it later on, or you can just click on it and open the link and save it for later on. So we'll talk about Alcatraz, the Golden Gate Bridge, the Bay Bridge, all the points of interest. Even if it's not a point of interest, we'll talk about it either way, because I know roughly where we are. And then, so yeah, it's going to be, we're going to fly for a bit of time. But Hopefully everybody enjoys that. I'm not sure what plane I'm going to fly yet, but I have some ideas. I think I think I have an idea what I'm going to do. But anyway, we're going to do that. And then, so yeah, Monday, no streaming. It will not be on anything. And then we'll be back Tuesday next week. We'll finish out this week, of course. But Tuesday next week we will be we'll pick up where we left off. We'll do the Brit. Oh, okay, that's all right. We'll find something. We're in the Britain BN2, the British Express. We're gonna do. I think we're gonna be down in the island somewhere. Yeah. And then Wednesday we will be doing. So this is leg 17. Wednesday we leg 18. On the 30th, Thursday, I will be in the F-14. Mick will be in the F-18. And we will, we're going to go from Lockheath over to Ramstein. Just a VFR flight, just something fun for military aviation Thursday. And then Friday we'll both be in the Cessna 172. Atlantic Municipal to St. Joseph. That one's going to be an early start. I'm going to get started at 6:10. I will start the stream. 6:30ish we'll get in the air, and then so that we'll get that done so that I have time to run over to the store and go grocery shopping in the morning before it gets alphabet because I'm old. Well, that's okay. No problem. I'm wondering when they're gonna get the sound fixed. Hopefully soon. I think they're already aware of after the backlash, but so yeah. So 6th of June. That's a Wednesday. That is leg 19. We're going from Karachi to Jaipur. I'm hoping I'm saying that correctly. Thursday, the 7th, no flights. Nothing. I will not be home. On the 8th, we have flying, and I'll come up with something for that. Ooh, I have an idea. I have to check with Mick about that one. So yeah, we got some good flights coming up. So if you want to join in, you're more than happy to. And my plane are heard from the cockpit when I break things. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I feel like I keep hitting a crosswind or something that just keeps pushing me left or right. I don't think I'm doing anything too crazy to keep making it turn. Let's check on Mick. How's Mick doing? Oh, he's back there. He's just cruising along. I made a mod that kills the multiplayer invading your... Oh! Yeah. What I found, I had to turn down the... what was it called? The miscellaneous... Some kind of sounds where it drowns out that weird, almost like you're getting an alarm in your... or something, or it's the I think it's the fuel pumps or something. Even after you switch them off, they don't turn off or something. But anyway, I minimize that, and then I can hear the engines somewhat okay. Yeah, it's yeah, I'm hoping they get that fixed soon, because it's sad that they're, some those big radial engines, that's just not doing them proper justice, making them sound like that. But it's flyable. I mean, it is, but it's just not something like most people. Yeah, the multiplayer thing is the biggest issue that I think people are running into, is that they're not. Most places won't allow, or most streamers won't allow you to join in on the multiplayer with that plane. Oh. Oh, it took a few to realize even the starters are on, off, as well as the boost pumps. I'll have to look into that and see if I can't figure out if that's what I'm dealing with. I thought I turned them all off like they were supposed to. But maybe you gotta flick the switch a couple times to get it to, I don't know. It's one of those things that you gotta like do some detective work to try to sort out why, what's causing it, and then once you figure it out, then it's just like, okay. But yeah, it's a pain in the butt to I haven't looked. Okay, so we're not getting any kind of signal or anything. Let me change this to, I have it dialed in on an ADF. Let me switch it to antenna and see if we get a yeah, well, it's just that I think it's just that they're asking you not to. They can't stop you, but it's like, I wouldn't do it, only because then it turns into a very contentious, like people will get upset, and it ruins the whole thing, I think. So I wouldn't until this whole thing gets sorted. I want to use it on multiplayer. Like I wanted to be able to join Captain Arish and Allison on Saturdays, even for part of the flight. But after what happened, like when Captain Arish was doing I think he had gotten when he got the new Boeing yoke from Allison. We were doing flights somewhere, and somebody joined in with the Delta 18, and it was just like, yeah, passing just below you. Oh, nice. It's catching up. Yeah, I think that was the problem, and it was just like he couldn't figure out what the. Nobody knew about it. That was like the first time, I think, that somebody had joined in a multiplayer that I know of and had that issue, and so it was kind of like unexpected. And so I think he just said, yeah, if you're gonna fly, please don't use the plane, because because he was trying to sort it out on his end, because he thought it was something on his side, and it turned out it wasn't. It was just, but nobody knew until that day, I think, that was part of the problem. So, but yeah, I agree. It's easier, and I think a lot of people have been in the forums and have said, although when I looked at the forums, and I think part of it is most people haven't gone in, they don't do multiplayer flights. Yeah, I know, Mick. It's just the plane. I think I finally got it settled down. Most people don't always join in multiplayer flights, so they don't know or didn't know that this was going to be a problem. So, but most people, when I went into the forums like a day or so after the plane was released, most everybody was fairly positive. They're happy about the plane. They do recognize that the engine sounds more than anything need to be addressed. But for whatever reason, I don't know what it was. Well, I get that, and I understand, and a lot of people said the same thing, that they won't buy Coronado stuff anymore because this has been an ongoing issue. Now, the strange thing is, from what I understand, up until the Mooney, most everybody was fairly happy with Coronado. From what I heard, I don't know if that's true or not, because this was all before I got on Microsoft Flight Simulator. But from what I understood, Coronado used to be a very trusted developer. Lately, for whatever reasons, their planes, the sounds are terrible. And it took them, I think I read somewhere, 6 months or something before they finally addressed the sounds of the Mooney. I mean, so yeah, it's just, and I was explaining this before. The difficult part is when a plane like that comes to the Xbox and everybody's like, finally we're getting some quality general aviation stuff. It's easy to pull the trigger because you're like, man, this is going to be sweet to fly. Forgetting about the sound issues, or maybe you're just like, well, hopefully they've got this addressed or whatever, right? It's, I don't know. I mean, I get it. It's just one of those, for the Xbox side, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Well, it's damned if you do either way. If you buy stuff from anybody that is kind of on the shit list, for lack of a better term, then everybody like jumps at you like, why would you do that? It's it's your dollars. If it's your choice. If you feel like, okay, I can live with this and expect the worst and hope for the best, and that they'll get a well, and I get it. Again, I'm still, there's lots about this sim that I'm still learning. Like I said, there was people who were very, and maybe it was X-Plane, I've got mixed, I hear different stories. Some people said that even in the previous Microsoft Flight Simulator, they didn't have any problems. I don't know. But when a plane like the Delta 18 comes, especially because we've been waiting on stuff like this, it's like, well, do I pass it up, or do I get it and then just wait for the update? It's, but I don't know. But people are like, well, I'll fly it in the meantime, but they just won't fly it in a multiplayer setting. They'll enjoy it otherwise. So I don't know. It's one of those, I don't know. I mean, lots of people, some people swear by Captain Sim. And other people are like, they bought one plane from Captain Sim and they'll never buy anything else ever again. They got one bad experience. Some people, same thing with Braddock. They buy one thing and they'll never buy anything from Braddock again. Or Virtual Coal, or there's a whole list of people. And some, Aerosoft, a lot of people were surprised by that. A lot of people expected better from Aerosoft. And again, it takes one, I don't know. well, yeah, Captain Sim did that with the C-130, and I was shocked when Fire Sandy was in that plane. There was a flight, we were still over Australia somewhere, and Fire Sandy's like, I'm going to fly the C-130, and I'm like, wow. Okay, well, Good for you. I mean, you're going to be out here the entire time. You're not going to be in the flight deck enjoying. Well, and see, that's another thing now that happens, that when people have a legitimate complaint, which, like if you release something that the sounds or things don't work as intended, yeah, then, but part of it is, and I know Jord talked about this, I think, last month or so ago. I know it was one of the dev streams. There's people who offer constructive criticisms of the product, and most developers will take that constructive criticism. It's when it turns into nasty, hateful, violent, like people telling people to kill themselves or whatever. That's when nobody will listen anymore, and rightfully so. Nobody's gonna. After a while, people are just gonna shut off. They'll be like, "We're done." So, and Jorg said, "Look, we're human, just like everybody else. We make mistakes. If we make a mistake, then tell us about it and what your experience has been, and we'll see what we can do to fix it. But if people start talking about suggesting that people kill themselves or anything like that, everything goes right out the window. Nobody will ever listen to you. Ever." ZipTie203, thank you for the follow. Well, I mean, that's the truth. No, when you start suggesting, like if you're a gamer, sim or whatever, and you tell the developers to do that, eventually, nothing you're going to say they're never going to listen to you again. Period. And nobody should be treated like that. I don't care whoever it is. Nobody should ever be told anything like that. It's not good. And I can say that from experience because I've had people in my life who I know who have committed suicide. So I don't take that jokingly. But so I think that's the response that Aerosoft is giving when they say, then don't buy our products. If that's what people are doing, is going in and telling them these things, because then that's not offering any kind of, like, when I did this is what happened, and I'm giving you this information for you to sort out whatever the problem might be on your end, if you can look into it. It doesn't mean it's going to get fixed tomorrow, but they'll put it, I'm sure they compile a list. They're like, okay, this is another thing, or we've had 30 people complain about this one specific issue, So, but it's just, I don't know. But it's easy. You get so frustrated because you're just like, and you lash out, and then you say things that you normally probably wouldn't say. And next thing you know, now that you're blocked, you're banned from servers or forums or whatever. And then you go somewhere else to complain, well, I got blocked. Well, what did you do to cause yourself to get blocked? It's not, you can't just expect, asked when they were going to deliver their updated sound pack for the Otter. They said they were getting done. The reply was, don't like it, don't buy it. Don't buy our product. He was not oh, okay. Well, I'm all right, that's fine. And that is a reasonable thing. Whoever responded in that way, it's a two-way street. So reasonable response or reasonable question, the response was not appropriate. So that person working from Aerosoft or whatever should have been, dealt with. Maybe they don't need to be on those forums. I don't know if it's a moderator or an actual employee, whoever. because there are people that are moderators for some of these forums that may say things that are, you know, inappropriate. But if it's an Aerosoft employee themselves, that's even worse, because that just it's a bad optic for Aerosoft. But so there's a two-way street. The customers. Okay, yeah, but that's the thing, is there's either it's the customers lashing out, or being, or not even being or offering constructive criticism, or they are, and then the company, they get frustrated because even though it's a reasonable question, so the head of the then that's bad overall. Yeah, that's not good if that's the case. Yeah, I wouldn't. If the head of the company themselves said that, then I wouldn't. I'd be like, all right, that's cool. Then you lost me as a customer. So yeah, there's both sides play their part in all this. But it's either, it was a constructive, it was a reasonable question. Yeah. Yeah, if it's a customer, yes. If it's somebody from the company, especially the head of the company, I mean, there's not much you can do about that. It's just, then it becomes a matter of, yeah, that would sour me from ever buying anything from them again. I can tell you that. I'd be like, okay, cool, and I would leave the forums, and I'd never buy an Aerosoft product ever again. If that's from the head of the company. So, you can't, if you're the head of the company or lead person or whatever, and you say these things, you can kiss your paycheck goodbye. Nobody will ever buy anything from you ever again. And then when you're broke and you fold the company and you have to lay people off because you're not bringing in any money, well, you caused that. Not the customer who was, asking you a reasonable question. You caused that. Because word of mouth gets around. Like any company, like if you go to some store or whatever, or like you go to a car dealership and the salesperson treats you like garbage, you walk off the lot and you'll tell everybody who's looking for a car, don't go to this dealership. Yeah. So there are people who I can't, maybe, and I'm supposing here, I don't know, because I don't know the Aerosoft. It may just be that day, at that particular moment, that was the straw that broke the camel's back, and he lashed out to the customer. Now, what some people have always told me is that if you are getting ready to post a message in a forum or Facebook or whatever, think about what you're saying before you hit that post button or that reply button. Look at it one more time before you hit it and say, is this going to be a good idea? If I send this, what's going to happen? Now, if you don't care, well, then go for it. That's on you. But there's going to be a fallout from that. If you are the head of the company, you tell somebody, then don't buy our products anymore. If you don't like that you're having to wait, yeah, they just, you can forget it. People just will, and word will get around. Don't buy it. Hey, I've got the proof. Here's the screenshot of what this person said. So don't go supporting Aerosoft anymore. And they can't go back and say, well, this is all, false or whatever. Yes. Yeah, exactly. And that will cost Aerosoft in the long run, I think. It may not be right away, but down the road, it's going to cost them. Because people are going to hear that and they're going to be like, and if there's the proof is there that the person asked a reasonable question, just trying to find out, hey, is there any kind of a update when we might expect these things to be fixed? If the response was that, then only the most die-hard Aerosoft fans, they'll stick around because they're like, whatever. But a reasonable person might go like, yeah, I was going to pick up this, but you know what now? I'm not giving them my money. Because if they can treat that one customer that way, there's no telling when it's going to happen again. That's the bad part. But yes, both sides play their parts in the animosity. Whether they do it intentionally, like some customers do, they will intentionally go in there and say some ridiculous stuff, or if it's somebody responding to a reasonable question, like the head of the company did, then yeah, both sides play their part. But as you said too, if you reach out to the developer and you say, hey, I've run into these issues, I just want to let you know, and but I appreciate your product, and if you approach it that way, yeah, generally you're going to get a positive response, I think. It's just you never know. That's the bad part. There's Mick there. Thank you for coming along, Mick. Hopefully you're enjoying the flight. Let's see if I can figure out roughly where we are. There's that. Let's see if I open this up. Yeah. I don't know, it's just so let's see, took off from oops. There's Jask. Okay. So I'm looking at. Let's see here. Let me see if I can figure out how much farther we got to go. Looks like there's an airport there. YZC. Where'd Mick go? Where'd Mick go? I don't see Mick. Where did Mick go? Mick, where are you? Oh, there he is. Okay. So I'm looking for that airport, and I know roughly where we are. can't get. Hold on, folks. I'm just trying to figure out where. Okay. So we should pass right by. Ooh, I am way off course here. We should pass by an airport. This is what happens when I'm trying to figure out roughly where we are and how much longer we got left to go. Because I didn't see you move across, Mick. Because I was like, where? So you moved back across again. Because it's happened before when I've been flying with Captain Arish that people will suddenly disappear, or they'll say, I can't see you anymore. And then it's like there's a little glitch or something that happens. So, yeah, that's why I was like, wait a minute. What happened to him? Alright, so. Oh, I thought I heard beeping like we picked up a VOR or something. Alright, anyways. Well, I thought it said 116, but I think I lost somebody. I guess Zip Time might have popped in and said LM, laughing my ass off, and then disappeared. I don't know. Joseph is well. I think when I got up this morning, I think about 10 minutes after I was finally out of bed, I think Ace went live on Train Sim World 2 or something. He was doing, I think, something with Train. It was either Train Sim World or Train Sim World 2. I forget, or Train Sim, whatever it was. I know he was on the trains, so I don't know. He might be watching that. I don't know how long Ace was going for. And then he probably, if Joe's done, he might have just, do whatever Joseph does when he's not watching streams and whatnot. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're going to need any kind of signal. There's no DME there at our destination. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out roughly. I know we've got to be at least over halfway there. But as soon as I see that airport, should be an airport near here. Once I see that airport, then I'll know roughly where we are. Oh, there's Mystery. Somebody just spawned in behind us. So I don't know if that's somebody that's joined us or not. Let's see. I think think the airport should be coming up soon. Should be off to our left here. If we see that, then we're, I think, more than halfway there. So I don't think it's going to take a full 4 hours. I think we're making good time. I don't know. That seemed like an or like way too long for this. Because we've done a flight like this, 248 nautical miles. We've done it in like 2.5 hours, I think, roughly. Well, let's just see if I mean, I don't think we're that close, but let's just see if OIZC. Okay. That's the one that all right, perfect. So if that's within distance, then we're getting closer to that. So that's got to be up here somewhere. If it's on the list, we got to be like within maybe 40 nautical miles or so, I'm guessing. Yeah, I think it's coming up right up here. Somewhere up this way. I'm gonna open the window just to pretend like I'm getting some air here in the flight deck. It is freaking humid today. Oh. Yeah. It's a Beechcraft 36, I think. They might catch up to us here. There are definitely some coastal winds or something that keeps. Plus, these are, I guess, kind of low mountains or something. Alright, so at least we know roughly where we are. So we should be almost into Pakistan by now, I think. If not, we're close. Okay. Sorry, I was just kind of checking some stuff, see if figure out roughly where we are. If my estimations are correct, the airport should be coming up on the left here pretty soon. Now I know on mix in mix aircraft, it should say roughly how much farther we've got to go to our destination on his Garmin system in there in his plane. But we would know if there was a VOR DME or even a DME there, then, you know, something that I know I'm tuned into it. I think it's on, so it's, yeah. Maybe it's an antenna. Nope, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not getting any kind of an idea of. Wait, this is on. What? Let's put that on DME. See if that changes. We may not be close enough either to pick up a signal. 60s. Oh, no. Our destination. That's our destination, not what's nearby. Our destination airport is OPGD. So if OIKO is 67 nautical miles, so OIKZ should be, or OIZC, not. I don't see that other one. So we must, I know we're getting close. Oh boy, I'm really drifting again. I cannot keep this thing in the right direction for very long. Like it just wants to go all over the place today. But anywho's, so yeah, I know we're getting close. I have no doubt. We've been flying for quite a bit, so and we've been making pretty good. We've had pretty good airspeed overall. Let's see if YZC is still at the bottom. I think we go to the top as soon as we're closer. YKO is 67. That's the one at the top. Yeah. So that almost looks like an airport down there. Yeah, it should be coming up soon if I'm reading this chart correctly. I think it's somewhere up in here. Should be our that airport that we're going to pass by, and we'll go right by it pretty much. Yeah, so there's no. That's so kind of changing the subject here. So when I was putting together this flight, there's a couple, and for those of you who haven't been watching for very long, basically this is an old KLM route that was from the 1930s. It departed from Amsterdam and went all the way to Indonesia. It's called Indonesia now, but it was the former Dutch. It's the Dutch East Indies, is what it was known as back then. So it took them about a week to do this flight from start to finish, roughly a week. If the weather was good and there was no mechanical issues, they would fly as many parts of the flight they could get through during the daytime because there was no nighttime flying at all. So, but in many of these areas, there's no navigation aids at all, or I'm tuned into a non-directional beacon, but we're not getting any kind of information as to how far away we are from that beacon. At least not yet. We may get something eventually, but we may not. So we're kind of just trying to guesstimate how much farther we've got to go. I know we're more than halfway done. I'm positive of that, based on the layout of the coastline here. I can kind of roughly figure out where we are, but it's not very precise. So as soon as we see that airport, OIZC, Oscar India Zulu Charlie, then we're in the home stretch. If I delete that, go OIZC. Okay, from OIZC to our destination, OPGD, that's 106 nautical miles. So that would be roughly the halfway point, it looks like. Or just under the halfway point, because it was 248, so yeah. So we still got a bit of flying ahead of us. So I just looked. Once we pass that, we know where how much we've got left to do. So we'll keep an eye out for that airport. But I have a feeling it's coming up here any moment now. And also because a lot of these airports are where we're going to be landing and taking off from are now military bases. Back in the 1930s, they were like an international airport or just a airport in general. You know, because only large cities had international airports. Okay, so that should be OIZC. Yep. So we are definitely within distance of OIZC now, if we're talking to approach. There we go. So if I open this up and see, they should be at the top now. Yep, there we go. And so now we have a few other airports, but we're only interested in this one. So this one's back behind us now. So these are all, I think, these might be coming up. But now we are within distance of here. So we roughly have over 100 and... Let's see if that's 106. I'm guessing we have about 115, maybe 120, maybe 100. I'm going to ballpark it. We got about 130 nautical miles left to our destination. So we've been doing really good. It's not going to take us 4 hours to get there. It's probably going to take us more like two and a half ish to get there. But we've made phenomenal time. We've had the coastline to look at the entire time. Some interesting inland, a little bit of low mountains and stuff. It's like a river that goes out to the... Goes all the way out there, maybe? That's what it looks like. Yeah. Looks like it used to be pretty deep, too. Anyways. Oops. I'm starting to go off track. There's always that little breeze that puts us off. All right, there is... Oh, that's not us. That's not an airport or anything. That is something else. Those are other nav points for... So the airport should be coming up here shortly. In fact, I think that's it right there. All right. If that is our airport, not our destination, but at least if this is our hold on a second, folks. All right. Sorry about that. That ambulance going by. So if that's that should be OIZC right there. I'm going to fly right past. And then from here it's 106 nautical miles roughly to our destination. So we're more than halfway there. So yeah, we've made really good time. I was shocked when I saw it said like 4 hours, and I'm like, what? No. Not unless I'm flying like at 20 knots or something maybe, but no, we've made really good time. Alright, so there's that part. So we fly over that. So we're going to be inland for a bit, and then we'll see the airport. The airport's kind of almost on the coast, not quite. Let's see if by chance, I don't think it will. We might be still too far out. Yeah, we are. Okay. So when we are... I think... there, we should be able to call in and let them know we're coming in. And we're just going to go straight in for runway 6. All right. Making our way. We're almost there, folks. There's Nick. I don't know if somebody else joined us or if what. So once we're on the ground, we'll wrap things up. We'll be back tomorrow. 7:10 is when the stream will start. We are departing from Heathrow, going to Hamburg in the A320. So as I was saying earlier, the problem with the fact that a lot of these um, places that we're flying to and from, that they're military fields, when I put the stuff into when I put stuff into Sky Vector, right, to get an idea of our heading, if the um, if the airport doesn't exist on Sky Vector for whatever reasons, like we went to our Rutba, right? We flew there, and but the airport does not exist over on Sky Vector. So it's like, okay, I have to kind of guesstimate roughly the direction, or I had to use the VFR map because otherwise I wouldn't know which direction to head to get there. So that's the challenge. Now, of course, the pilots relied on, they had their charts and they could say, okay, yeah, I see this, like I see this coastline here, and I see these mountains over here. Yeah, I know roughly where I am, you know. But in the interest of streaming, I can't always do that because we're I've only got so much time, and I don't want to be flying. Like, we did do that one time where we took off, we got lost, and luckily I was able to figure out where I was and then which way to turn to get to our destination. But it added time to the flight, and I don't have time to always add to the flight by getting lost, you know, intentionally or not. So, all right, so we're under 100 nautical miles, just under 100, about 100 or so nautical miles to our destination. Let's just see if I wouldn't expect it to be on the list yet. No. We're still too far out from it. Anyways, oh yeah, I forgot. Kids are out of school now. At least here in the United States they are. There's Mick over there. Mystery coming back from the backside here. I don't know. So I don't know who that is. I don't know if it's just somebody that happens to be on the same server as us, or if that's somebody who joined our flight. Not 100% sure. They were catching up. I think they kind of backed off here. I gotta make some breakfast once we're done. Still the forecast for the rest of the day. I do need to run an errand, but I just need to know if I need to bring my umbrella with me or not. Nope, it's just gonna be muggy today, that's all. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. Eye was itching. I was trying to scratch it without touching my eye. Alright, across that. If we get about here. Yeah, all right. Oops, there we go. All right, we're making our way, folks. Once we get to a certain point, the airport should pop up on our list, and then we'll let them know we're coming in, and we'll be done. Put this thing on the ground, park it, shut it down. Gotta make a note of my flight hours. Oh, I didn't add. Oops, sorry, folks. I gotta do a little bit of math here. Why is it not adding up? So, oh, 140. Probably because I'm looking at the wrong numbers. Last Monday of June. Oh, goodness gracious. How in the world? I'm just flying and it just turns. What in the world? I think I looked up. All right, got that set. All right. Where did Mick go? Mick is right there. Oh, Mick is way over there. He's checking out what's happening over there. That's interesting that we're in Tehran airspace. Huh. All right. Well, there's that. Let's see, I think we're still too far out from the airport. All right. We're still plugging along here. Almost there, folks. Almost there. I'm having trouble staying near you. Don't know if you want to be... Oh, well, it's just... today, for whatever reason, Mick, this plane wants to go... 1 minute's going left, 1 minute's going right. It's got a mind of its own for some reason. So, I'm just trying to keep it on a level heading here as best as I can. Just fly where you feel comfortable. It's fine. If you want to be inland, that's fine. If you want to be out closer to the coast, that's fine too. Yeah, it's just today, for whatever reason, I cannot get this plane. It's just got its own agenda, I think. I don't know if it's just wind coming off the coast, because there shouldn't, like, the weather's clear, but so I don't know if there is any wind that's just being added, even though it's a clear day. You know, there might be still a simulated breeze coming from the coast. or coming out of these mountains or whatever. It's causing the little bit of chaotic flying. Really looking forward to tomorrow's flight, Nick. I think we'll have a good flight. It's starting to buffer a little bit, I think. Right, that's there. Let's see if it's close enough now. Nope. Check it again a little bit. So there's that there. So we've got to go a little bit farther, and then I think we'll be close enough to our airport to give them a phone call and let them know we're on our way. Tell them we're stopping off at the store for chips and soda. Thank you all for coming in and hanging out today. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Mick, for joining the flight. Always happy to have you along. And we'll be back tomorrow in the Airbus A320 departing from Heathrow to Hamburg. Starting to buffer now. Refresh. There we go. Should be caught up now. Still got to get past this area here. So I'm thinking once we're up around here, we should be able to call in to our airport and let them know we're inbound. Should be plenty of runway for us to land on. Lately we've been really good. We've gotten on the ground and got the plane slowed down and got turned off the runway. And all right. Do we have a... Perfect. Okay. Let's see, I think... Oh, no. Have one. Perfect. So Wednesday we are doing from Gwadar to Karachi. That's a 264 nautical mile trip. We will have a VOR DME to tune into. The only question will be, when will we pick up the DME signal to know how much farther we have to go? That's going to be the question. Just out of curiosity, let's see if, just by chance. Still don't think we're close enough. Nope, there we are. It's at the very bottom there. There we go. There we go, folks. Just out of curiosity, what is the actual heading of our runway? Actual heading of 062. Perfect. All right. Well, there we are, folks. We got our... We've let them know to leave the lights on. We're coming in. local time is 6:07 p.m. Our destination. So, 9 hours ahead of the East Coast. So as we keep going to the east, we are going to have to start probably in the next flight or two. We're going to have to start changing the time so we have daylight the entire flight. I think that as long as the sun was up enough that they could see where they were, they could probably still fly, but probably not for much more than that. You know, they tried to be on the ground before sundown so that they could land safely and fly safely. But yeah, pretty soon we're gonna have to start moving the time so that we're in the daylight. Or at least move it back so it's like an afternoon flight or something. That's fine. Thank you all for coming in. I'm surprised. I thought Joseph would have been here for sure. He said he was going to be here. I don't know. I don't know about that young man sometimes. Unless he's been lurking this entire time, which is possible. You never know him. He might be watching multiple streams. Definitely gotta make something to eat once we're done. Let's see. There's a river. So it must be right about. Okay, I know roughly where we are. I think Mick's zipping ahead. He's ready to get on the ground. Maybe I'm catching up to him now. I thought it was like you just took off like a bat out of hell, Mick. That's right, FIFA tonight. The 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 substream where followers and subscribers can join you on the pitch. Okay, let's see here. So I kind of know what we are now. Well, this plane really has had a mind of its own today, I tell you. That's that. Yeah, it's been a good flight overall, I think. I don't know. Autopilot nodded off. Either that or you hit the disconnect button by accident, which does happen. What is that? I guess we bored everybody to death. Jody's still trucking, trying to get things going so she can join you and Pulse on the time you guys do ETS. Everybody else just kind of disappeared. So there's that. Nice. So Jody's talked, Mick's talked, Airlock Doc talked for quite a bit. What else? Yeah, that's been pretty much it. We've had a pretty quiet chat. I think we were up to 6 viewers at one point. Alright, we're getting there, folks. We're getting there. Alright, so let's see. We are passing that part. We have one more. The water area right here in front of us, roughly. Farther out, right out there. So our airport should be somewhere over here. Somewhere over that direction. So we'll be a little bit inland. Won't be completely on the coast, but we will be on the ground pretty soon. It'll probably be about let's see, I've been streaming for about, started at 7:10, so 10 minutes, so about 2 hours I've been streaming. So the flight will be roughly, because we took off before 7:30, we waited and nobody else joined in, so I guess whoever there is behind us landed at that OZC or OIZC or whatever it was. So yeah, we departed a little bit early. I'm over the. Yeah, I see you, Mick. No, I was looking back there to see if that other plane was still following us. They landed at that airport there. So yeah, it's going to be about a 2 hour, probably 2.5 hour flight total. Somewhere around there. So that 4 hours, I was like, what? No, can't be right. So yeah, definitely has definitely been much shorter flight than 4 hours. And it's been pretty much a straight shot, other than once we departed we had to turn around and head this way, which I'm guessing, and I'm not a pilot, I just play one on the sim. It seems to me that, we always depart away from our destination and then turn back towards it once we're up in the air and out of the way. So yeah, it's been a bit I just noticed that seems to happen quite a bit. We don't always depart the way we want to go. Generally, it's just we depart and turn around and go back the way we wanted to. All right. Wasn't able to have my coffee today because I ran out of creamer. yeah, A320 flight tomorrow. Wednesday, we will be back in the Eucharist. I'll be back in the Eucharist 52. Mick will probably be in the Cessna 172. We're going from Qatar to Karachi. And Thursday, I will be in the F-14. I believe Mick will be in the F-18. We're going to take off from Lockenheath and head to Ramstein Air Base over in Germany. Thursday, I will be in the Cessna 172 with Mick. We will go from Atlantic Municipal to St. Joseph. That's down in Florida, I think, or some, I might be wrong. But anyway, that'll be a quick flight. Should be fun. We're going to get started a little bit earlier so I have time to go grocery shopping in the morning before it gets too hot in the day. So I can get over to Wally World and get my stuff and get back before it gets miserable outside. Try to get in there, get my stuff, and get back home. So that way I have my snacks ready for farming on Friday with Mick and Pithers over on Mick's farm. And I'll be joining Jody on her farm eventually when she starts streaming again. Gotta figure out a schedule somehow to fit that in. There's all these things to do. Oh, I will be flying with Captain Arish tonight, I believe, unless something happens. And he has to cancel flying tonight for any reason. See if find 43 kilometers to go. Nice. Yeah, we're getting there, Mick. We're almost there. I'm sorry, had to. Ooh, that was a heck of a sneeze. Yeah, unless he cancels anything today for any reason, I will be flying with him tonight. Our second leg of our trip to New Zealand. After some lunch. It's like well after lunchtime for you there in the UK. It's like 2:30 going on 3. Alright, so we gotta start losing a bit of altitude here. That distance will close very quickly. Oh, I'm gonna eat a late lunch. Okay, so it's not even. It's like almost brunch time here. Oh, nice, man. I didn't see that. Look for that. Alright, so our airport should be roughly right up here, because there's that coastline. So yeah, we should be right around somewhere over yonder. So, runway 06, Mick. Heading of 062 should take you right to the airport. Well, once you get close, that's the heading of the runway. I don't know if you put that in too early, you might go zipping past the airport. See, everybody's coming back in. They're like, oh, he's going to land soon. I got to watch this. Y'all a picky bunch. Used to be watch the takeoff. Now it's all, they only want to see the landing. They don't care about anything else. They don't want to come in and say hi. How are you? Well, if they do, they'll wait till the last minute till I'm on my approach. And then they'll be like, hey, what's going on? Oh, if you open the little ATC button and then go to nearest airport and then pick OPGD and just let them know that you're coming in, and they'll give you the you don't have to at all, but that's up to you. I just know I got instructions I can go straight in runway 06. You're well ahead enough of me, you could probably get on the ground before I do. So if you just want to make for runway 06 there, you're more than welcome to, Mick. You can get your plane slowed down and out of the altitude probably a little bit quicker than I can. But you may have to like call them. I don't know if you have your co-pilot set up to talk to them or not. But you could do that. For that, you could just find that airport and then let them know you're coming in. Or select runway 06 for landing if it's not already done so. A little bit of flaps down, start slowing down a bit. He has been called. It's interesting. Calling, but I don't know. You might have to acknowledge the instructions or something. Maybe sometimes the co-pilot doesn't always acknowledge instructions. Oh, okay, there's our pattern entry right over there. Go ahead and get rid of that. if you can see on my screen, Mick, roughly where the pattern. I think you just flew over the airport, roughly. Yeah, the airport's like right near you. If you come back around, or if you want to land the other way, whichever way you feel most comfortable doing it, that's fine with me. Still on my way to the pattern entry here. What I found usually what happens is for flights like this, I have to wait till we're within radio distance and I call in and say we're coming in, and then it automatically, they'll tell me, because if I pick the runway, it should give me, I can just go straight in. But if not, what I can do then is just pick the runway that I'd already wanted from the list. I think Mick's coming in the other way, runway 24. That's okay. Or something, I don't know. I don't know what Mick's doing. I know he's dumping altitude, that's for sure. Mick, your plane hasn't like gone on the fritz on you, has it? Like, are you diving towards the water or something? Sure where you are or what. Well, I know where you are. I don't know what you're doing though. I don't know if you're coming back towards me or I'm a bit confused. First reach. There we go. All right. Yeah, I see you still flying, Nick, but I don't know where. It's like you went way past the airport or something. Or, I don't know, maybe you went to a different airport? I'm not sure. Because I see you dropping a lot of altitude. Yeah, I'm really confused by that. You must have found a different airport or something. I don't know. I'm confused now. I think Nick went to a different airport. Yeah, you went right past the one we were... our destination there, Mick. That's okay. He landed somewhere, because the altitude is way lower than... I think. I don't know. It's hard to really... because he's not talking in the chat either. I think he's busy elsewhere, so... as long as you landed safe, Mick, that's all that matters. I think you might have, well, I'm not sure if you picked the wrong, you might have picked the wrong airport or something, I don't know. Yeah, he's definitely, either that or he's, I really don't know what to think, because it's hard to know if he's coming back towards me or... like, I see your thing moving, but I don't really know. Like, I really don't know what to think. Looks coming in on him. He's super low, like almost like he's on the ground or something, but it's so hard to tell. No, I guess he just went low and he's coming back towards me, I think. I gotta focus on landing here. He's coming back towards the airport here. You went way, way down there, Mick. I'm not sure what happened, but I guess you'll tell me when you're on the ground. If you can land before I can, go for it. That's fine. You can probably get off the runway a little bit quicker than I could. I think Mick landed. I think. Mick, did you survive? Oh, that's okay. I was like, boy, you went way out there. That's fine. It happens. There we go. We made it. On behalf of myself and the entire flight crew, we'd like to welcome you to Gwadar. Local time is 6:45 in the evening. We understand and appreciate the fact that this probably bored the living hell out of you, but we're glad you got bored with us today. Oops, nope, 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 nope. Back to clearance. Oh, what the hell. Alright, never mind. We're just going to park it. Do join us tomorrow as we fly A320 services from Heathrow to Hamburg. There we go. Yep. I hit the taxi thing instead of going to parking. That's okay. There's only very few parking spots here, so it's a small little airport here. We did, Jody. We sure did. I'm going to go ahead and pull over here since Mick is right there. There we are. Turn that off. Alright, let's shut it down. And battery 1, 2. There we go. 2 hours and 21 minutes. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Let me go ahead and put that in before I forget while we're waiting for the stream to catch up. Yeah, not too bad. Well, thought we'd have more conversation, and I thought maybe we'd have more people join, but I guess over time maybe we will. Or maybe it's just not something that people want to fly with or around or whatever. Anyway, that will do it for today, folks. Do greatly appreciate you all coming in and hanging out. We'll be back tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern, 11:30 UTC, 12:30 UK. Well, no. 7:10 Eastern, 11:10 UTC, 12:10 UK. I got to remember now. Going from Heathrow to Hamburg, A320 services. I will be in the vintage kind of British Airways livery. Mick can fly whatever he has available to him. So yeah, that will be our flight for tomorrow. And then Wednesday we'll be back here for leg 18 of 32, going from Gwadar to Karachi, 264 nautical mile flight. So it'll be another one kind of like this. It'll be a couple hours long. So if you want to join, you're more than welcome to. If you want to fly something a little bit, preferably not something too fast, but whatever you want to fly, more than welcome to. And so that's it. I will see you all then. Enjoy the rest of your Monday morning, afternoon, evening, early Tuesday, depending on where you are in the world. I have been and always shall be your host and pilot, Uncle B. Until then, peace, live long and prosper.